Hello and good evening. It is Wednesday, December 15th, 2021, or if you're in the UK, it is December 16th. Just a quick happy birthday to my guest James.
Thank you very much, mate. Much
I
appreciated.
know West Ham gave you an absolutely shit gift, but actually I really don't know what to say. It was quite shit. But before we start off, I want everybody to take some time to go in the description and make a donation if you can to Isla Caden. Our little hammer is battling, and we're trying to just make some good memories for her. If you have any spare change, some extra dough, consider a donation for us. It goes a long way. And now we can start off real quick. Chris, how you doing? All right, let's get started. So today, I really don't know where to start besides the fact that I guess we could start off here. We lost 2-0 to Arsenal, obviously. Just an absolutely terrible, terrible performance all around. Really, no positives at all to take away from it. Maybe besides a couple things. We can start off at the beginning of the game. I can't tell you why, and I can't get my head wrapped around it. Why we were so timid and looked so scared to play Arsenal. Like I get it. We're at the Emirates. Big freaking whoop. I don't really care, but we look so scared and timid the first I was going to say first 20 minutes, but the whole first half we were hanging on by a thread for I can't really wrap my head around it why we look so scared against them, but James, what do you think about that first half?
Shocking, mate. Embarrassing. Lack of threat. Lack of cutting edge. No penetration. No fucking speed in from the front. I think the problem is today you got Fornells and Lanzini and they both can't play together. It's as simple as that. Like you got two players who play the exact same position. I knew it after the first 5 minutes, Lucas, if I'm honest. When we get a free kick in a dangerous position and they start running into each other, they don't know who's taking the free kick.
Oh, that was terrible.
And then the free kick is just like an embarrassment. Really is an embarrassment. And Declan Rice does his best. And the thing is, I do feel for Declan Rice a little bit because I'm looking at him and I think he is getting the fucking hump. He's getting the hump now, isn't he? Because he's got to do everything. He's got to defend. He's got to be a midfielder. He's got to be a striker at some stages. And the first half, we got completely hammered. That's no joke. Craig Dawson, absolute colossal. Issa Diop, for me, was up there as being top player.
How's it going, Chris?
How you doing, Chris? And Fabianski, mate, kept the score down. Without any of them three players today, we get hammered 5 or 6 easily.
Chris, what do you think about the first half?
From what you guys have said, it's dead on. Obviously, we had the post-match show today. And it was more just general frustration from Tommy and I, but you're exactly right, Lucas, in terms of the timidness and just like almost like playing scared a little bit. I don't know if it's just lack of form as of late or what it was, where we just nervous going into it and never really grew out of it.
Yes, I'm still speechless as to why. Honestly, like you can get it, you can understand it against maybe like Man City, Liverpool, because they're just all out attack. They can just dice you up any way you like. But when it comes to teams like not even like Chelsea, but like Arsenal are just not that great. They have no captain. They just appointed a captain that's his contract's out in the summer. I mean, this is a perfect opportunity to at least take a point, but just an overall terrible performance. James, you talked about it. Like, from the moment that we had that free kick in Masuaku and who was it?
It was Fornells and Lanzini both run into each other, didn't they?
Or on the just terrible. And like the only bright spot the first half was Fornals' one chance, which I definitely thought was going in, but
Yeah.
come up short. It's just frustrating when, like, don't get me wrong, Arsenal, they got some quality, but to me, it's just a bunch of mercenaries out there just playing football. Besides a few of them, and it's just frustrating to lose to a team like that. I hate losing to them in Tottenham. It's the worst.
100%, mate.
Hate it.
100%. But the way you got to look at this, Lucas, is that the team was completely wrong from the start. But if you're playing I don't know what that was today. What was it? What was it? A 4-2?
They lined up in a 4-2-3-1,
yeah.
but it didn't look like it.
It was just all over the place. And Arsenal, let's be honest, we was lucky to get an half-time 0-0, but we did. But this is where it's going to get more interesting as the conversation goes on. Because at half-time, I was expecting changes, and he comes out and does the exact same thing that he done in the first half.
I was already, Chris, I don't know how you felt going into the game today, but I already wanted changes going into this game.
So, based on from the last game, the only real changes that I would have made, for sure, and one of them was Fornals for Benrahma, which obviously that happened today.
Mine was I did not want to see Antonio today, personally.
Yeah,
I just think he's in need, not even a reality. Like, everyone wants to say he's tired, he needs a reality check.
I can't keep hearing he's tired.
Yeah, I just think he needs a benching. Like, I don't think there's any way around it. Like,
yeah, that would be one change I would make if we had a backup striker. I think Bowen's okay at the top. It's more of a short term fix. It's not really a viable like option going forward. And the only other change that I would have made is, had we had him healthy, Cresswell in for Masuaku. I am just not. I didn't see anything from Masuaku today. He got rinsed constantly. And we are so desperate for January to come. It is insane. Like,
desperate. I don't even think that's the word.
The thing is, though, Chris, would you like? I understand what you're saying about Antonio, but this man has played 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 4 or 5 games now since Jamaica.
Yeah,
he has done absolutely nothing in every game. But like, I'm not just saying just anyone, but it seems like
he hasn't scored in his last 7 Premier League matches either.
He hasn't scored.
He has chances created, though. That's what's crazy to me.
But it's just he's not doing anything. Like today, him going back at right back. I've got to get onto that in a little while. Now, that to me is that's insulting everyone, every fan around the world. Like, you don't put your striker at right back. It's like, man, like it's like Jamie Vardy going right back for Leicester. Right, you just don't do it. And then you bring on like you put him right back, and you've got Harrison Ashby on the bench who comes on, and it looks more brighter than all of our players put together. But he's got no faith in him. And I look at Antonio today. What did really Antonio do today? People are going to say he works hard, but fuck me, he used to be doing a lot more than that.
That's about it. He really didn't impact the game at all.
100%. He got completely bullied by their defenders, I must admit.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't think desperate is the word anymore. We're begging for some sort of time travel to January 1st right now.
Fortunately, the match is in front of us. I mean, Tommy and I talked about it kind of in the wrap-up at the end of the show. The next 3 teams that we face, of all of their like most recent 5 games, they have a combined total of 1 win between the 3 of them. I don't want to say that they're must-win games, but we have to win those games. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
I think if we want top 4, we absolutely have to beat those teams.
Like, we can get into January, but come January, we need to make some investments. And one thing with Antonio too, I think that kind of gets with him is the fact that he looks behind him and he's got no one behind him pushing him. So he knows he's going to start. He knows he's going to start the next match. So he's like, if I score today, great. If I don't,
there's just no competition.
Yeah, but do you know what done it? Do you know what done it for me today? Right, the one thing that done it for me today is that he hadn't had a good game, and then Moyes goes and puts him right back, which to me says he just does not like subbing this geezer. It's either there's just no two ways about it. Like, excuse me, what's Antonio got to do to get subbed? Like, has he got a the only time he's ever come off the pitch from this season has been when he's been sent off. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just, and today just proved it to me with Moyes. Like, and I've seen things tonight with Moyes, and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, is his stubbornness starting to come back to him? Like, you can't play how can you have
stubbornness about him with subs? I mean, he's always been horrible with subs, but when your right back gets thrown out like that, I mean, it can throw a wrench into the works, obviously. But you're exactly.
But wouldn't you agree, though, Chris, that when you see him as a right back, like when you see Antonio, he's your centre forward, then he goes as your right back, then that to me says he has got no intentions of ever subbing Antonio, ever.
Yeah.
Or, do you know what I mean? Ever, like literally. Because let's be honest, I understand what you're saying about Bowen. I get it. You are right. Is Bowen an actual striker? No, because he can't hold the ball up, but he can get him behind. The problem is with Antonio today, when you look at Antonio, right, he's done nothing in the game as a centre forward. He's done nothing on the right wing position. And then Moyes goes, you know what, I'm going to put him as me right back. He's played 3 positions today and played shit in every one of them. Like, it's just, I don't understand it. I really don't.
No.
Yeah, there's absolutely no positives. And, like, clearly, I don't want Bowen to be our striker at all, but, I mean, Antonio hasn't even offered anything in the air, which is that's supposed to be his X factor after his pace and strength. Like, he's good in the air.
When was the last time Antonio scored a headed goal? If someone could tell me.
That's a good question.
He hasn't scored a headed goal for years.
And one thing I think with that too, though, right now is we do have because we're struggling pushing forward. And I think we have an over reliance on set pieces, and I think that the linchpin in that is Cresswell. And without his deliveries, we're kind of at a standstill. We don't know what to do.
Yeah, and
I think what it is,
we can't get forward when we can't even get the ball out of our own half.
I think what it is, though, we've got too many players who are sort of interchanging too much. Like, when you look at it, you've got Lanzini, Fornals, Bowen, Antonio. Every one of them players played in each position in the front four today. Like Antonio, I think Antonio didn't play as left wing. He played as your centre forward, as your right winger. You even come in as your sort of midfielder, like attacking midfielder at one stage, and letting Bowen go up front. It's just, you can't keep having multiple positions and you're not the master of the one position, if that makes sense. You've got to have one position and go.
You're dead on.
You know what I'm saying? So frustrating, very frustrating today.
Jack
really
of
is.
all trades, master of none.
100%, mate. 100%. And like,
yeah.
Let's be honest, we're probably going to talk about the VAR, and the ref, which to me, I think it killed the game because if Cafal don't get sent off, I think we still have half a chance of maybe getting to something. But we before
that refereeing has screwed us over and VAR has screwed us over. So
2 penalty decisions in the last 2 games have cost us points. Really?
I mean, you can even look at it on a broader scale. That's the 3rd time in 4 games, and then that's not even counting Kurt Zuma's goal against Wolves. I mean, that's just absolutely borderline ridiculous. And like, I hate being like the conspiracy theorist type person or like looking for something that isn't there, but it's just getting silly at this point. Honestly, like I was talking to James before he went on. Like I can take like just being absolute garbage. I can take that. You just take it on the chin. We were shit.
Yeah, it happens.
But when you're shit and you're still trying to get cheated, it's like just a double kick in the
nuts. I understand what you're saying there, right? If we was playing really well today and that would have happened to us, I think we would have been, all our bloods would have been boiling, right? Even more so than we are now. But we have got to look at this, that, let's be honest, we deserved fuck all today. Yeah. I mean that. Like,
you're spot on. I would be so much more upset if we were in that match and that happened. But I mean, it's a huge factor, but it's not the reason we lost.
Yeah,
So,
100% agree, mate.
like we can still be pissed about it because it's rightfully so. Because now with Ben Johnson probably being out as well, Nabry is going to have to make his first ever start on the right. So it screws us over for Saturday, but it's not the reason we lost that match.
Yeah, it just sucks that it was right in the thick of everything. 66th minute, Sufal gets sent off. Or obviously, yeah, the penalty was just. I can't even. I don't even know what it is anymore. I don't know if it's an incompetency of like the referee, the wall of the game. I just don't know what it is anymore because even when it goes to VAR, it just still is wrong. And they
but even
Kavanaugh said that there was no indisputable evidence. I just don't understand how.
First, and then if you look at it too, you can tell Lacazette's already getting ready to start falling forward before Sufal.
Yeah, I gotta speak of that real quick. Lacazette and Tierney, my goodness,
fuck him,
absolute meals all
Lacazette
day.
More so, mate. I was losing the plot when I was watching it today. Lacazette, I thought was absolutely disgraceful, mate.
And Sufal just happened to be the falling angel of all that.
Yeah, from minute one, he was looking to get in the ref's face, and Harry didn't get booked today. I don't know.
And then Thomas Partey just gives a nice old forearm to Mikhail's nose.
Yeah, right after Sufal got
it was foul on Antonio as well. Just
goes back to the conspiracy thing you were talking about.
Yeah, like I said, like we didn't deserve to win today the way we played. No. But like when stuff like that happens, it's just a double kick in the nuts. Just from the off. We all know Anthony Taylor is absolute shit.
The problem is though, Lucas and Chris, the problem is even when we went 1-0 down and Fabianski just done a great save. Excuse me, for the penalty, we didn't even look like scoring. Like we looked like we got to their 18-yard box and then we ran out of ideas. And like we're crossing balls in, like Mikel Antonio, I'm sorry, but when he's crossing balls into Jared Bowen, what's he expecting him to do? Like that's just craziness, isn't it? Let's be honest.
It is crazy, but at the same time, I was gonna get to this point, but we moved on a little bit. But before the match today, I didn't want to see Antonio. I would have rather seen Vlasic or Benrahma in for Antonio and have Bowen up top. Because like I said, even crossing the ball into Antonio hasn't been effective at all, and that's supposed to be one of his strengths, besides his pace and his strength. But there's got to be a change. Like we hate in the back five, but at this point, like there's got to be some sort of change that has to happen.
The issue is we don't have players in the back line for a back five right now.
Yeah, I mean,
we're like we're talking about desperate and everything like that for January to come. Tommy and I was talking with Tommy about this too. I mean, we're one injury to either Dawson or Diop away from things completely collapsing.
Yeah,
I mean, we have to protect them at all costs right now because without anybody behind them, I mean, we'd have to be relying on youngsters.
Yeah, but the problem is though, right, and this is where it all goes back to the summer, is where was the vast amounts of investment? People, and I don't like to bring up Vlasic, but I will, because he's a £33.5 million player who we don't need. We needed a striker, we need a midfielder, right, or another covering defender, or even a left back, for instance. And we've got none. And for me, January can't come quick enough. I agree with you, Chris, 100%. And I look at it and I think to myself, I'm counting down the days as we speak, like because, like, I look at us and we've got a head of a lot of deadwood players in that club. Like Mezawaku, I'm sorry, but anyone who rates him is mad. Just not good enough. Can't defend.
If he was more of a winger, if we used him more as like a winger, left winger kind of thing, that's one thing. But he's not a defender. He's not a left back.
But what it is with West Ham, and this is the thing, this is the argument I keep having, is we've got to stop doing that, trying to turn players into players that they ain't. If it makes sense, like like we've done it with Antonio. Yeah, it's worked for 18 months, 2 years, whatever, but he's not a striker, technically. Like, he ain't going to make them sort of striker runs where he's going to drift. Say, for example, there's a few players running into the box. He ain't going to take a defender away. He's going to get attracted to the ball. People say he done that with Arnautovic. Arnautovic was good, but Arnautovic didn't fire us. He's not looking to fire us to the top four. So we've got to go with. We've got to know where we're at, like, and today proved it that we are miles away from competing at top four level. We might be there now, or fifth at the minute, but we're nowhere near it without proper investment at this club.
And
100%.
hopefully the new I don't even know what the term is, but the new man in the board, he can help with that.
Director of football, I think he is.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Czech.
Quintinski.
Well, the new investor, isn't he? He's an investor.
Yeah. Thank you. I couldn't think of the term for some reason. But yeah, I hope he can help with that. I mean, we're talking about Lingard, a striker or two. Apparently, we're in for Phillips of Liverpool, Ake of City, and Tarkowski of
Burnley.
Yeah, Burnley. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we need to get all those and then maybe right now.
Yeah.
Like,
just a sad reality. I just can't see us spending all that money in January. I really do hope. Just right now, I think the only guarantees we can see right now is Lingard, and I don't necessarily don't want him, but like I just feel like Lingard and Holzik are just guaranteed to join, but I don't think Holzik would be the right move personally. But James,
I wouldn't be able to talk. I haven't seen enough of him. So,
thing is, you can't rely. What makes me laugh is Moyes won't even bring on a fucking 18-year-old right back when we're down to 10 men fighting for the game. So, what difference does that make in bringing a 19-year-old from the Czech Republic League? You know what I mean? We need to be. There's levels, mate. At the end of the day, West Ham need a striker. They need to pay the money and go and get someone. And Antonio should have been off the second choice this season. Yarmolenko should have gone in January, in the summer. Sorry, someone should have come in. Top man, Antonio. There's your two strikers. There's your two boys. And the problem is now Antonio's loving life because as what Chris said earlier, we're just nowhere. We're just not on it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and we need players at this club urgently. Like, and if we do, say for instance, if we lose Rice, then it's good night from us for the season. I think. Do you know what I mean?
Well, regardless of what position we're in and how many players, if we lose Rice, it's bye-bye for the season. We could be top of the league and have all the players in the world, but if we don't have Rice, I think it's bye-bye. I mean, he is
It was a shame. It was a shame today too. I think this game just had. I wouldn't say had Rice written all over, but this was a game that, like, we really needed Declan Rice to be an X factor, but he couldn't because we were on the back foot the whole entire time. And if he even besides the one time that he took matters into his own hands and pushed the ball forward, laid it off to Masuaku, and then they played it down to him. He couldn't go forward. If Declan Rice played his normal game today, we would have lost 4-0 easily. But he had to be on the back burner the whole entire match. Because if he even took a step forward past mid pitch, we would have gone just absolutely just torn apart. I guess just because we can, we'll do a quick player ratings. I know, James, you already gone through this on your channel, but Chris, do you and Tommy do a player ratings at all?
No, we'll talk about man of the match from time to time. Nothing like that. It's a good idea. We've never really done it.
Everyone in the chat, drop your opinions as well as we go through them all. I'm very interested to see where everyone's thoughts are. We can start with Fabianski. James, I'll let you go first.
9. 9 out of 10. The man kept us in the game for as long as he could. Anyone who criticises him tonight for the second goal, I'm sorry, but to get in the bin. He don't know what you're talking about. He saved the penalty. He does a world-class save from Tierney. Push it onto the crossbar. It's a 9 out of 10 for me. I think he's the reason why we're not sitting here even more fuming than we already are.
Chris,
So,
what do you got?
Spot on. I'd say 9 as well. I mean, can't say more than what James has already said.
I was gonna go 8, but trying to clear my negative toxic mind. I think 9 is very, very appropriate. It was at the very beginning of the match where Diop passed it back and Fabianski just like tried to dummy it a little bit. He didn't think Lacazette would push him that hard. That was probably my only critique for him today. But I think, I think 9 is pretty damn fair, to be honest. He had a world-class day. Let's move on to Soufal. Chris, you go first.
Yeah, that's a tough one. 6, 7, I'd say. I didn't think he had an awful game. I think that both cards were really unjustified. So I can't fault him too much. And then obviously people probably try to sink it down a little bit more just because of how he did.
I'm sorry about Ian, Chris, but Wayne's saying to me, how can I give him a 9? I'll tell you the reason I can give him a 9, Wayne, is because it could have been 7-0. And that is no joke. And that's why he gets a 9, because he kept us in the game for as long as he could. And that's the reason why he gets a 9, because it could have been 9-0. Go on, Chris, carry on, mate.
No, sorry. You're good. Yeah, I'd say probably 6.5, 7 for Soufal for me.
I'm with you, Chris, on that. I'll give him 7. I think, personally, for me, Kafal didn't really do a lot wrong. I thought he was playing all right. The first yellow card isn't really a yellow card. I think with all the protests, I think Arsenal got him booked. The second one is, for me, is never a penalty. Like football 20 years ago, or even 10 years ago, that's still not a penalty in my opinion. So I think he's been very unlucky today. 7 for me, 100%.
Very, very unfortunate and unlucky day for Soufal, but I don't think he was bad by any means. I thought he was, like I said, I thought he was unlucky, but I thought he was all right. I'd probably go with a 6, like a high 6, but not enough cutting edge for me. But he put in a shift. He did what he could do with a early yellow card, and then obviously unjustifiably got sent off for some bullshit. But we move on to Issa Diop. How do we feel about that, lads?
I thought Issa played all right. I really did. He stopped Saka had a shot towards the end, and he got his body in the way. He's unlucky with the second goal. The ball's gone through his legs, let's be honest. He's winning headers. He threw his body away in the first half. I thought he was pretty decent in the first half, him and Dawson. I'm going to give Diop an 8. I think 8's about right. I don't think any, apart from Mezawaku, who we'll get onto, I think the rest of them played pretty decent from right back and the 2 centre halves. So yeah, an 8 for me for Diop, 100%.
Yeah, 7.5 for me, and for exact same reasons. I don't think he played too bad. The defense, I mean, the defense widely. I mean, take away Masuaku. I mean, it hasn't been an issue for me for most of the season, even without Ogbonna and Zuma. So they're just continuing their run of form. So I think 7.5 for me.
Yeah, I'll probably go 7. I thought he was very solid today. If I had, I get where people will say, like in a partnership, very, very rarely does one ever like kind of stick out like a sore thumb, as in like the bad sense, because Dawson and Diop are really good today. It'll spoil my next rating, but I thought Dawson was a bit better. But Issa Diop really didn't put a foot wrong today. He really tried, and we got special guests in the building. Peach, my guy, how are we?
Yeah, what up, y'all? What up, y'all?
We need some positivity, Peach. We're
Yeah,
down right now.
positivity. The only positivity is Zuma and Obama getting fit. That's it.
Oh, Peach. We're doing some
That's
ratings right now.
I heard that. I know, and I respect that and continue with that. But I heard y'all talking like Antonio ain't doing this and that. He ain't getting no service time. Like it ain't Antonio. It's Obama and Zuma that are injured. Like I remember somebody, and this is my brethren still, somebody saying, Obama, no problem. Yo, no dice to Declan Rice. Same thing, Doc. It's like, yo, Obama is missing, Declan. Zuma is missing. There are Chelsea fans saying how they'd love to have Zuma back because he feels too deep with one. You know what I mean? It's like it comes from the back and then it continues on. But anyway, Joe, y'all do the player ratings because y'all are killing it. So I don't want to disrupt. No, y'all are killing it. So go on.
I want you to jump in. Can you give me a rating for Fabianski, Sufal, and Diop real quick?
Fabianski 9. I thought word up. Actually, I said word up, but I didn't hear a flipping thing you said. What was that, man?
We're doing player ratings right now. You can stay on. I want you to jump in, and we're just getting you caught up. We did Fabianski, Sufal, and Diop.
9. Sufal not fast as Fredericks. It was really Suchek's fault though. But Fabianski's he's a soldier and he's so 7. Fabianski 9, and then who was the last one?
Diop.
Oh, that's like 8 pushing 9. I thought he was immense today. I thought he was immense, man. I thought he was absolutely immense. Yeah, continue.
All right, we're gonna move on to Dawson. I'll go first. I'm gonna give Dawson an 8. Personally, I think the only thing that set him apart from Diop in my ratings of giving Dawson a better rating is Dawson had a lot of blocks today. He had a lot.
Yeah,
he had about 3 that I can notably remember. But again, it was a great pairing today. I just think Dawson stood out just a little bit more. Chris, what do you think?
No, I completely agree. I'd probably go 8.5. I think he pushes. For me, it's a toss-up for man of the match between Dawson and Fabianski. I don't think Dawson really put in a foot wrong. I think he saved us quite a bit today. I think that we got this 3 million pound player who everyone laughed at us for, and he's been one of our best players over the past 2 seasons. It's come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
James, what are you saying?
Man of the match for me, along with Fabianski. I thought he was top draw. The only downside to the thing is that the first goal he's outpaced because of Martinelli. Obviously, they must have spoke at half time and said, right, get Martinelli on Dawson, get balls through and it and run onto him, and that's what happened, and that's where the first goal come from. Dawson was top draw today, mate. I've got no problem with the defence today. Like, I ain't worried about Zuma or Bonner. Well, it's nothing to do with the defence, but we'll get onto the attack line, and like everyone keeps raving about our major attack. But 8 for me. Yeah, superb. Craig Dawson.
Peach, my brethren, what are you saying about Dawson?
Yes, sir. My brethren, I love your slangology. I agree with Chris. Like I don't think Dawson put a foot wrong. I don't think none of our back four put a foot wrong, and
it's coming.
Yeah, I think he froze.
It's coming. Don't worry. Oh, we'll see.
Oh, is he here?
He might have cut out, but
no.
When he comes back, if he unfreezes,
crucial. Yes.
Oh, there we go.
A little bit.
Some of the same. Like there was one. I forget what chance it was on goal, but there was somebody. I thought it was going to be a goal. And Dawson just like clattered the ball out. Like, so for me, rating Dawson, I'd have to Dawson's, he's 8 to 9. Like, yeah, he's moonlighting with Sybil Shepherd, man, all day long.
All right, fair. Let's move on to Masuaku. Peach, I'll let you start first. Give me your rating for Masuaku.
Okay, Masuaku. Oh, Mr. Wondergoal. Mr. Wondergoal was a bit like lackluster defending as always. Going forward, he can go to a certain length and then he just like cuts off, stops like that. So I don't know. I give Masuaku like a strong 6 that would turn into a 7, but it's a weak 7, a strong 6.
James, what do you got?
4. Shit. Not good enough. Can't defend. We've got a left back who can't defend. So what can he do? Saka tore him a new one today. Absolute tore him a new one. Ripped him apart.
Hold on. Would you have played Langelo in front of Masuaku? I would have given Langelo a shot, dog. Straight up. I would have given that man a shot. Straight up. He looked tiny the other day, man.
I would have played 3 at the back. Declan Rice at the back as a free man at the back because Declan Rice is a natural centre half.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that, man.
If you want to win games,
away from the defensive midfield is like ludicrous, man. Straight, you can't do that, dog. You can't do that.
So what about Crowder?
Taking Declan Rice out of the defensive midfield kills our game. That kills our game, dog. How do you
right. So what happened today then? So what happened today then?
What happened today? Yeah, exactly. He went back there. Exactly. He went back there, and he did not help us out at all going back there.
He didn't go back there today. He played as a 4. Mezuaku. Right.
Like, what Mezuaku is crap. Where's Crawl gone? Missing on the bench? Is he like got sunk into the bench like when like that Get Out movie? Like when we get sunk into the couch? Like straight up, man.
Mezuaku is not good enough at West Ham United Football Club. He will never be good enough at West Ham United Football Club. He is not a left back. He's a left wing back at best. If we was to do anything, right, we would have need that. Now, if you want to go and say about Declan Rice is a natural centre half. He played there as a youngster. All this bollocks about him being a DM. He has played as a striker, as a midfielder, and as a defender in the last game. Right? He's running through players and all that. So
I know.
We need to know where we're at. Mezuaku gets a 4 for me. Lucas.
He's as good as Kante, though. He's as good as Jorginho, though. Straight up, he's the best player in the world right now, though. Straight up. Don't move the best player in the world to another position. That's like moving like Mikel Antonio back to right back. What was that all about, though?
We can all agree. I think Declan Rice is the best player in the world right now. Chris, what is your rating on Masuaku?
Yes, thank you.
I completely agree.
He knows what I'm talking about, guys.
I completely agree with James. 4 out of 10 for me. Never really got into it. Completely getting rinsed by Saka, and anybody who took him on was so ineffective in the attack. I mean, he's not for me. I was praying that Cresswell was healthy to put him back in, but what can you do? But yeah, 4 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to give Masuaku I'll probably give him a 5 today. Personally, I mean, Saka was taking him for lunch all game. Constantly had to be.
He just attacked him. He just went down that side, didn't he, Luke? He just went down that side.
That was the only game plan today. Get it to Saka and let him go with Masuaku.
I know.
But I'm gonna give Masuaku a 5 personally. Let's we'll move on to Souček. And me personally, I thought Souček was pretty poor today. Honestly, I thought he regressed. I'm probably gonna have to give him a 5 because everyone was saying that Dawson got outpaced by Martinelli, which he did fairly, and Martinelli's goal was a good goal. But Souček was right there too. Souček was right there. Him and Dawson, I think, were at fault for that goal. I think I got to give Souček a 5. Chris, what are you giving him?
Strong 5, weak 6 at best. I didn't hear him enough. He just didn't feel like he got involved in the game. But at the same time, I didn't see anything that he did wrong. I just think that I wouldn't say non-existent. He was just more of a passenger that game. I saw someone comment earlier what's happened to him this year. And what I think it's happened is with the partnership, I think that they're letting Declan get forward more. So they need Souček to sit back. I think Souček is the more natural going forward. So That's just my opinion on that. I saw someone comment that earlier, and that was my opinion.
No, that's
James,
a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point.
What were you saying, James, on Suchek?
Poor mate. He got bullied today. Part A come to the party today and fucking ripped him a new one, mate. If I'm honest. Thomas Suchek, where do I begin? Like last year, he was a well beater, and let's be honest, he hasn't been a well beater this year. He's been pretty fucking bang average at best. And Krau is like lurking about, but can't even get in ahead of him. I thought today he was defensively okay, but he was just okay. Had nothing going on in either in the box, set pieces. Let's be honest, when we're crossing balls in, he's miles away because he's defending so much. But yeah, it's an average performance, and he gets an average score for me, 5.
Peach, what do you got to say about Suchek? What's your rating for him, my dog?
I gotta give Suchek a 6. Reason being is because of Ogbonna and Zuma again. Like, these are the men to make the players look good. They're like your Cavallios and your Terrys for Chelsea. You know what I mean? It's like those are the two players to make everybody else click, and that's what we're missing.
Froze for me again.
Yeah, it's coming in. It's coming. All right, one more second. We'll see if he gets back in. All right. If he jumps back in while we're talking, we'll let him finish his thought. But we'll move on to Rice.
What was? Did you give a rating for Suchek?
Yeah, I gave him a 5.
Okay. Sorry, I couldn't remember if you had said.
Very good. And then we'll move on to Rice. Again, like Rice didn't play bad today by any means, but like I said, he was on the back foot the whole game. He had to make sure that we stayed in some sort of defensive shape where we weren't going to lose 3-4-0. And he really didn't have a chance to play his game. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of crying out for a Rice Suchek crawl midfield 3, so Rice can kind of get forward a little bit more and be a little creative. But I'll probably give Rice. I'm giving Rice a 7. I think a 7's fair. He didn't really have a chance to do much or be an X factor by any means. So, Chris, what do you got to say?
Yeah, I'd say 7, strong 7, week 8. With your really quick, let me throw some stats at you too. Like you were saying, we're on the back foot. They had 56% possession, 8 shots on target, 21 total compared to 1 on target for us, 7 total. So we were completely in our own half the entire time. We weren't creating the Rice to insert himself into the game really moving forward. But I think he did in his normal defensively. So yeah, 7 to 8.
James, what are you saying?
8 for me, mate. Best player on the pitch for sometimes for us, and yet again he's a fucking leader, mate. The geezer, and I got to be honest. Defensively, he's very good. His passing is pretty decent. He's driving forward, and he's getting the ump. He's getting the ump because our attack line is fucking clueless.
Yeah,
so what it seems like.
He's getting the raving ump with it. And the problem we have got to worry about as fans of this great club of ours, right, is if he does get the ump too much, he might not want to be here anymore. So we need to sort it out.
First class flight to Madrid.
Yeah, I looked at him today, even with 10 men, he's covering every blade of grass on the pitch. He's everywhere. He gets an 8 for me. The only thing I will say is that he had a free kick. He's letting Ben Rama take it. And I know I do like Ben Rama, but he should be taking it. But other than that, yeah, it gets an 8.
Yeah, morally, I'll always give Rice a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
But, Peach, give us your rating on Rice.
Sorry about before. I'm trying to teach this Wi-Fi from the library, but it ain't agreeing with me, guys. I have to put on my data.
You're good,
data.
bro.
Like James knows how I roll, dog. Like I go here, there, to piece that out, two faces, and they're like data's unavailable. I'm like, God, data's unavailable, but it really is. Yeah, no. So who was the last one where I like? Who was
You
the
said
last one?
it was Suchek, and I believe you gave him a 6.
Yeah. So just to clarify, I gave him a 6 because Suchek, I think it stems from O'Brien and Zuma not being in the pit, on the pitch, like to help him out. They're like the Terry and Carvalho for us. I felt he did good, but I agree with y'all. He did have an average game. Going on to Bryce, like Phoenix, how many times did you see Rice like waving at the man, like pass me the ball, and like they didn't even look at him at certain times, man. And it's like they needed to look at their leader. I'm gonna give him a 9 because I thought he wasn't giving the service that he was asking for at certain times on the pitch, and you need to supply him with that service. It was weird because the other day I heard David Moyes talking about like Rice and talking about his captain of the club at the moment, and he still reckons Noble is the captain of the club. They're just like easing Declan Rice into being the captain of the club. I don't agree with that because for me, Declan Rice, like this season, he's captain of our club. Like there's no easing him into being captain of the club. So yeah, no, I thought Declan Rice was good. Could he have done better? No. Could he have got more service? Yes. Yeah. But number 9 for me all day long. All day long.
All right, we'll move on to Lanzini. Peach, I'll let you start off first. What did you think of Lanzini today?
Oh, I wanted to be last on that, dog, because it's like I think Ben Rama came on too late. I think the substitutions were made too late. I think it was back to dithering Dave again. I think substitutions should have come on at halftime, and I'm not going to lie, I did hear James say that on either his show or Dave's show, and I agree with that. So I think the substitutions were too late. Lanzini did what he could do. I would have rather had Lanzini on as an impact sub because he's not a spring chicken. But he did what he could. He came, the 4 now came very close to that one shot from when he went down the left channel. And I thought that was in, man. But yeah, Lanzini for me, I'd say Lanzini for me, the first number that came into my head, so it's got instinct, is 6. Yeah.
I'm going 6 as well. Really didn't set the world afire for me. He got a foul. He got fouled early on. A bit of skill, but really wasn't really fouled. Party got a leg in there, won the ball, but besides getting a foul, really didn't set the world fire. For much. Yeah. Chris, what do you got?
Yeah, I'd probably go 6 as well. I think it's more indicative of the front line in general right now. That even though Lanzini and Bowen are the 2 best going forward right now, the best we can do right now is a 6 out of 10 from Lanzini.
Yeah.
James, what you got?
Chris, do you think? Hold on. Before James goes, I just want to ask Chris this. Do you think that it would have been nice seeing like Ben Rama or Bowen up front today rather than Antonio to offer more options and kind of attack this Arsenal team a bit different than we did from the start?
Bowen, yes. Ben Rama, definitely not up front. Ben Rama's off form. He doesn't have the confidence. He's not looked great as of late, especially today. And I mean, we'll probably get into the ratings.
Good point. Right.
James, what you saying about Lanzini?
It's an R one, mate. Everyone wanted him back. He's come back, and everyone's seeing the Lanzini that is inconsistent. Lightweight at best today. Got bullied. Passing was a bit all over the gaff, if I'm honest. For me, he gets a 6, which is, I agree with all you lot. I think you lot have all got it bang on. Lackluster, mate. Lack of cutting edge.
I'm sorry. Just seeing Peach walk out of the shot.
He's running back.
Just have to throw 2 things in the bin, dog.
I'm sorry, James. That was hilarious.
So 6 out of 10 for me for Lanzini.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I agree with you.
All right. let's go to four nows. Chris, I'll let you start off first.
I wanted him to come back into the starting 11 this week for this match. I'm happy he did. I thought that a little bit of time on the bench would do him good. Just he works, but he's still not lighting the world up like he was at the beginning of the season. I think I got to go 6 as well.
Yeah,
James, what you saying?
I agree with Chris, 100%. Chris is bang on the money. 6 out of 10, mate. Apart from the shot, he did not a lot.
He shot on target, I think.
You got to give him his due. He's working hard, but the system that we've set up there to freaking defend, didn't we? Let's be honest. So yeah, he gets a 6 out of 10, mate. It's pretty simple rating for four nows.
Peach, let me hear it. What you got for four nows?
I love what James said, dog. Apart from the shot, when you did not a lot. Apart from the shot, when you did not a lot. No, I agree with that. I agree because like he's kind of in the same bracket as Lanzini. Like they're kind of like sharing the same bed, if you per se. Like, yeah, I agree 6 because I think they both put in a similar performance, and it was apart from that shot. If that went in, that 6 would have gone to an 8, but it didn't go in. And yeah, that's the difference in that one. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, let's move on to Bowen. James, I'll let you start.
This is another one. This one because
it's a hard one. It's a hard one, Pete.
I've been impressed with Bowen this season. I think first half he was invisible, very much invisible. Second half he sort of got into it, had a good shot. Ramsdale done a good save, but yeah, again, there's just nothing there, is there? Just like even from him, there's nothing. Like he's getting wide. He's saying that he's up front. He's getting no service. I've got to give him a 6. Right, I think he was okay, but he just okay. So yeah, 6 for me.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go 6 too, and it's really not to his fault at all. I mean, I wouldn't even say invisible. Just he did not get a sniff of the ball at all today. Not at all. Like we didn't go down his side at all today. And if we did, we like came up short in mid pitch, and then we had to dump it in the middle, dump it back in a triangle. I don't think Bowen was poor or invisible. Like I said, he just literally. I don't know why we just refused to go to his side of the pitch today. I don't know what it was, but Peach, what's your rating on Iron Bowen?
Yeah. No, now you're West Ham Cliff, thank you. I just found that out. You're West Ham Cliff. Honestly, I give Bowen a 7. Reason being is because what he did in the last third of the game was starting to like go up the middle. And I thought that was credit to him, credit to Moyes for like trying to change the tactics. But again, as James said, it was too little, too late. It's always too little, too late. Like that's our mantra. I know if you don't run, you're not going to play. But our other mantra is too little, too late. And I give him a 6, but then I up it to a 7 just because he put himself in the middle, trying to like grab the game by the scruff of the neck and actually do something with it. He wasn't able to. Again, I think it all stems from O'Garner and Zuma. That's going to be my mantra all night. But yeah, I give him a 7 just for trying to go a bit more central in the final minutes of the game.
Chris, what are you saying?
I have to go 6 as well. I want to go higher, but he just wasn't. I think you guys got it spot on with him being not invisible, but he just wasn't able to get into it, especially in the first half. One thing Tommy and I were talking about earlier is, again, with how indicative it is of our attacking line going forward. If you halt Jared Bowen and Lanzini at the moment, we have absolutely nothing. The entire defensive line only has to focus on those two. So that's what they did, and they did it effectively.
Yeah.
All right, and we'll move on to. I mean, I hate talking about him because I love the guy. I really do. I love him. I have his kit. I wear it proudly every time I go to the pub. but he has just not been on it for the past 7. Well, not 7 matches, but Premier League alone hasn't scored in his last 7. We'll get on to Mickey. I'll start off. I can't lie. Like I said, I love this guy to bits, but no sir. Again, just no service. He also didn't help himself out a lot. I'd probably give him a 4. He gave up possession 12 times in the first 45 minutes today, and that is extremely unsettling and unacceptable to me. Chris, I'll let you go next.
I have to go 4, but I want to go lower at the same time. He was not there. He has not been on it for these last several matches, and you're right. I hate talking negative about the guy because of the way that he started. Like I said earlier, too, even with his bad run of form,
it kills me. I love this guy so much. I really do.
Still in the top 5 statistically in the Premier League for chances created. Still, even given the last 7 matches. So, I mean, he still can offer it, but today he just there was nothing there. Yes, there wasn't service, but I mean, at the same time, he just wasn't getting it. He wasn't being able to hold up play at all. He was getting bullied constantly. He didn't look like himself beyond poor performance. So, I got to go very generous 4.
James, what you saying, brother?
1. Shocking. Absolute shocking. And I will break down the 1 for you quite openly and clearly. What did he do up front
That was
today?
a painful laugh as well. Like it wasn't. It's not like it was funny, but that was like instead of crying, I'm laughing.
Right.
Lucas, he didn't even skip a beat with that. It was just like 1.
I'll break it down. Right. He's our striker. Right. He can't hold the ball up. He can't pass the ball. Right. He's struggling to get past a man. He's drifting wide. He's crossing balls into the box with no one there. Then they swap it over. He goes as the right winger. Yeah, again, he can't beat a man. He can't get down to the byline and even win a corner. And then Moyes comes up with this brain idea that, you know what, we've lost Cafal, we will bung him at right back.
Let's put on Ashby. And
he was shit there and all. Kept losing his marker. Someone tell me what justifies a 4 or 5 when he has done absolutely fuck all day and night. 1. Not good enough. I don't know what's happened to the geezer, and I understand it with you lads, I really do. And you say you don't like to criticise him because of what he's done. But Paolo Di Canio was great to me. But even that man got criticised for not turning up. And he's one of the best players I've ever seen live in my lifetime. Mikel Antonio needs to have some criticism now. He needs to sit his arse on the bench and realise that he's an employee at West Ham United Football Club. He gets paid a lot of money to represent this club, and he should be privileged to be at this club. And when he's put in half-hearted performances like tonight and like he did at Burnley, it's just not acceptable. Yeah, he gets a 1 for me, 100%.
Yeah.
Peach, what you saying?
Okay, so when if anybody knows the statistics, and I know I keep banging on about this, you guys are gonna want to batter me over the head with a Fisher Price baseball bat, dog. But honestly, when did Ovana get injured? Was it 5 matches ago, 6 matches ago?
I wanna say it was.
He got injured against Liverpool.
Okay, so how many matches ago was that, James?
That was Arsenal, Burnley, Chelsea, Brighton, Man City, Wolves. 6 matches ago.
6.
Okay.
God, that feels forever ago.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, doesn't it? So my point is this. I think that just Obama's touch on the ball, building up play, I think that helps out Antonio so much because he's able to get into positions. It's almost like now he's waiting. If you looked at the last game against Burnley, he was watching the ball. when Obama's playing, he's not watching the ball. The ball's there. The ball's moving. The ball's doing the work, not the players. Like, and that's like football. Let the ball do the work. And that's not happening. So that's affecting his game. But you have players like what James said, Paulo Di Canio, who like he would overcome something like that situation. A player that I've seen who is, I don't know what Antonio strives to be, is somebody like JJ Okocha. That was a man who could like, Obama could be injured, it don't matter. He's still gonna like do what he does. And Antonio does not have that in his locker. He doesn't. He's a good striker. He's a good winger. He's a good player. He tries to do too much. Wants to be Superman when he's like Spider-Man. I get that. I honestly, James rated him a 1. I can't even rate him because it's. I don't know if it's because of our injured players. I don't know what it is, man. But I can't. He gets no rating from me, man, and that sucks because I'm all like Antonio, like you, Lucas, and it's sad to see, but Antonio's no JJ Okocha, and people are comparing him to like that ilk, and he's not. He's not, man, and he needs other players on the pitch to like help him out and make him play the way he does. He can't do it on his own, and he tries to, but he can't. Yeah, so no rating for me. That's like a nil, now 0, nothing.
I get that.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up,
yeah.
man.
Let's move on to the subs. We'll start with Ben Rama. He came on around the 72nd, 73rd minute, something like that. He had 15, 20 minutes to do something. He got a pass from Rice that everyone's talking about the pass being too heavy, pass being too strong.
Come on.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
the pass is heavy. The pass is heavy, but he is surrounded by two geezers. That's the only thing you got to realise. He's like, and the problem is, I just want to say this, Lucas. Right, I will stick up for Ben Rama, but I thought Ben Rama wasn't really at it either. Right? But what are people expect him to do against 10 men when he's got no support?
No, I
agree.
What I mean? I'm a big advocate, and I think a substitution, unless you are Ronaldo, Messi, Lewandowski, like an absolute world-class player, in my opinion, I think a sub like Ben Rama needs 25, 30 minutes. Players like that. I don't expect anything from him in 15 or 20 minutes.
He needs 11 men on the pitch and all. Not
that
10.
as well, and that goes for
more so the time. More so what Lucas is saying. The time he wasn't given enough time.
And that goes for everyone. Like Vlasic, Lanzini, Bowen, anyone. 15, 20 minutes. I don't expect anything. If you give them 30 minutes, maybe because they can at least get into the game. Like the way I break it down is if you give a player 30 minutes as a sub, that gives them about 5-10 minutes to get into the game, and then you have like an effective 20 minutes. If you giving Ben Rama 15, 20 minutes, according to my calculations, that just doesn't. The formula doesn't work out for me. So
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
I mean, Ben Rama, I'd probably give him a 6. I mean, I don't think there's enough to give a 5 in my opinion, but I think a 6. You maybe could give him a 5. I don't know. I think 6 is more than fair. James, what are you saying?
I'm going 5, mate. I felt for him a little bit. He comes on the pitch and people are looking at him to try and be the saviour again when he should have been on the pitch at half time, in my opinion. He was about to come on. He had the tracksuit off. He was getting ready to rock and roll at 59 minutes. And I think then Kufal goes and gets sent off. So, again, who do you blame there? Do you blame Dithering Dave, or do you because he should have sorted it out? But, he gets a 5 for me, mate. What can he do?
Peach, what are you saying, man?
I you know what? I'll, and it's not because of his performance, but it's because of what you said, Luke. I'll give him a 7. And you know why I'll give him a 7? I'll give him a 7 because he does get a 5. But because he didn't get put on at the right time, that's where the 2 extra points come in because he worked his bollocks off trying to do 2 things, man. But as you said, he didn't have enough time to get into the game. He needed to be on earlier. That's not his fault. That's the manager's fault. So he performed at a level 5, but I think he deserves a 7 because it's not his fault. He wasn't given as much time as he needed to wholeheartedly get into the map. And he's one of our most creative players, if not the most creative player we have. Like that, it was ludicrous. It was ludicrous the fact that he should have been brought on at halftime. He could have changed that game. And so many times when I see him come on too late or get taken off too early, it really irks me because you have to see the quality. Like Steven knows the quality in him. That's why he put down $2 on the bet that he got. And it's like when you give this man not enough time, you're not going to get the most out of him. And I won't even go on to the Zuma or O'Brien thing. I think Ben Rahman, somebody can take the game by the scruff of the neck and change it. And yeah, he wasn't given enough time, 100%. And he deserved that. He deserved that, man.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, unless you are a world-class player, 20 minutes in my eyes is just not enough.
And even then it's hard. Even then it's hard, Lucas. Like, even then it's hard. Like, even those players have struggled to, like, you know, get into the match like they started it. And, yeah, he's not – I don't know what Moyes is thinking there, man. Like, he needs to give this guy more time, man, because he's a very special talent.
Chris, what are you saying for Ben Rama? I know you got to go, but give me your Ben Rama rating and then the ref and Moyes if you want. So give us a 3 for 1 if you
can. For Ben Rama, for me, it's a generous 5. I think I agree that he didn't have the time to get involved, and again, that's on the manager. But he is not on it right now. You can tell that his confidence isn't there. I don't think he should have been brought on. I think that he should have been given the full rest, or at halftime, like James says. If you're going to put him on, give him enough time. I think Vlasic should have come on. I think that would have been a good position for him as well to test a little bit of his mettle as well. But he just gets bullied far too often for me. He hasn't seemed like the player that he was at the beginning of the season for quite some time. So I got to go 5 out of 10 for him. Referee 1. There's no excuse for it. You take away. I mean, it all revolves around Sufal. I mean, first of all, he gets a yellow card for the arm across the body, which I've seen dozens of players do that in the last 2 weeks. For one, that's never a card, and then for that to then later not even be called when. I forget the player, but who the Arsenal player who did it, but to Antonio, and then to have the audacity to call the foul on Antonio.
Yeah.
And then never a penalty, let alone a card. So I think he botched it completely. We're one of probably the worst refereeing I've seen this season. Or near close. So 1 out of 10 at best. He kept the time well. I'll give him that. That's why he has a 1. Moyes, five. I don't think we were set up for success. I mean, I think that he tried to put out with the best he could, but with Antonio still being out there, with him needing to be kind of subbed, needing to be not punished. I shouldn't say that, but have a little kick in the ass. Like, okay, dude, you need to figure out what the hell is going on. The fact that he's not willing to do that for one, and then the constant substitutions. I mean, substitutions have been an issue with me for him, or with him, for me, with him, about him since he's come back. I think even longer than that. So, I mean, I think that that's just stubbornness. I don't think he'll ever change his ways in that. So I can't really fault him anymore for that, unfortunately. But yeah, for me, Moyes gets a 5. Listen, guys, thank you for having me on. I gotta dip. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming on, brother.
No problem.
Until next
Take
time.
care, man.
Yes.
And I mean, we can I don't really want to go into Ashby because he came on for 5 minutes, but he looked bright.
Yeah,
He looked
yeah,
positive.
yeah.
I would actually thoroughly enjoy to see him start on Saturday, but again, I know it's Norwich, they're a Premier League side, but I would like if Ben Johnson clearly is not fit, I would like to see Ashby get a start at right back and see what he can do. But you guys have any quick thoughts on Ashby, his 5 minutes?
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with you. No, James, you
I'm
go on.
delighted he
I'm
made
just saying,
his
I agree
Premier
with
League
Lucas.
debut.
You go on. You go on, son. You go on. I agree with you.
He should have been on before, mate.
Yeah,
if I'm honest.
that's what I'm saying.
The geezer's got energy.
Yeah,
He's rapid. He gets up and down the pitch.
Takes men on.
Yeah, he crosses the ball first time. He gets the chance. He should have been on, mate. Well, long before you did.
All right, we'll move on to the ref. Peach, give me your rating on the ref.
The ref just stunk today. That was no penalty kick. That was like football 101. Homeboy got the ball first, man. Like honestly, that's just ludicrous from the ref, like doing what he did. Yeah, bald-headed bastard. Like, yeah, he gets the rating of a bald-headed bastard that doesn't know shit about football. That's it.
Let me just tell you, when I was watching in my room, there was a bunch of see you next Tuesdays.
Yes, I like that.
Him and Lacazette, just a bunch of see you next Tuesdays.
Like
James,
one after the other. Yes, sir.
lots of fingers in between the index and the ring.
Yeah.
See you next Tuesdays. Oh, James,
like
give me your rating for the ref.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
Terrible, mate. If I'm honest. If I'm being truthfully honest, I thought the referee was embarrassing. The Cafal, forget the penalty for a second.
Okay.
The Cafal challenge in the first 10 minutes, give that as a yellow card, and he's only done that because he's been influenced by the Arsenal players.
Yep.
Like if they don't go berserk.
Arson Meal FC.
Yeah, and fucking Lacazette, mate. Trust me, what an absolute wrong he is tonight. But listen, he got the penalty wrong, in my opinion. But it's the laws of the game there. If your foot's over the top of the ball, it's a red card. And he got the ball.
The game's gone.
It is really. I'll give him a 1 because he brought his whistle and his fucking notebook out with him. Other than that, don't fuck all.
I'm gonna give him a 2 because he did repay us with that Suchek dive. So I'll give him a 2.
That wasn't dives on one hand. I was like, whoa.
That's the least he could have done was he at least gave us that dive. So I'm giving him a 2, and we'll
10.
We'll move on. Always a little final thought, and then a quick Norwich prediction.
Oh no,
David Moyes.
James, what's happening? What are we gonna give Dillier Smith and company, dog? What's the case? The Canaries gonna get Canaries, man? Like, what's gonna go on with Norwich, man?
I'm gonna give David Moyes. I'm gonna give him a 4 because he did set up, in my opinion, wrong. I did not want to see Antonio personally, and I really thought today, watching the match, if we subbed Antonio off and got on another midfielder like Benrahma or Vlasic, I think we might have been able to maybe pass through him a little bit. You know what I mean? Because like I said, one of Antonio's strengths is being in the air, and he hasn't had a heading goal in God knows how long. So playing Bowen up top really not the worst thing in the world for me. But Moyes gets a 4 for me today. Like I said, I thought Antonio shouldn't have played today. I would have rather seen him off the bench. I love Masuaku, but I just can't defend his defending anymore. It's shocking. Even though I love him going forward. James, what are you saying? What are you giving Moyes?
I'm going to give Moyes. I'm going to give him a 3. I think.
That's what I was going to say too.
I think.
No, and the
picky,
substitutions were entirely way too late. As per usual, him and Pellegrini love at 70 minutes exactly sub, even though he was a little bit later.
Yeah.
I'll give him a 3. I think Lanzini and Fornells can't play together. They're too alike. They haven't got no pace. That's the first thing. At half time, after watching that first half, I was sitting there, I was thinking, we're getting completely fucking dominated here. He's got to change it. He comes out, does nothing. But the thing that the crown topper of it all is Antonio at right back. I'm sorry, but that is taking the piss massively. That's insulting Antonio to a point, and that is insulting us as a club and a fan base. At the end of the day, we go down to 10 men, and people say, "Well, what right back we got? We've got a good right back on the bench in Ashby. We should have used him beforehand." And after 12 minutes, Moyes knew he had fucked up, and basically went, "You know what? This ain't working." So he brings Ashby on, and then he's moving Antonio here, there, and everywhere to try and bed this man in when the man shouldn't even be on the pitch. He should have been subbed, and Okoflex should have even been on. Well, I was even calling for him today.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen him.
Right, he gets a 3, and it's just poor from him, 100%.
Peach, let me hear it, brother. What's your rating for Moyes?
Oh my days, like it's nuts, man. Like, truly, let me tell you that. I'm showing you this, man. Like, he got 3, and that's only because it was him, Nolan, and Pierce. Straight up. Like, that's why he gets a 3, because those are the 2 other men he had beside him. And everything else, he didn't do anything. He didn't, like, not even, you expect, like, Piercy or somebody, Nolan, Mr. Chicken Dance, man, to just shout in his ear and be like, we need to change how we're playing. But it didn't happen. Like, it didn't. I don't know what is going on in their minds right now. Like, his Moyes hit his ceiling. His Moyes gone as far as he can go. Like, that's the question. Like, I don't know. I don't want to put it down to that because he's done such good things. But is this as far as he can go? Is this his Lionel Richie dancing on the ceiling thing? I don't know, man. Like, but it makes you think, right? So Lucas, like, is it as far as he can go? Like, I hope not for all of us, but the attributes of what David Moyes brought to the table today was absolutely god awful. So yeah, 3 for me, and that's just because of the man that he had around him. I want to see better. I know people say, "Oh well, you know, we're doing well. We're 4th. We're this. We're that." Okay, but we have to progress. We have to proceed. There has to be like proactiveness involved now. It's like you're not going to get there and then stay there. You want to go higher and better. So, yeah, 3 for me. What was yours, Luke? I know James was a 3. What was yours?
I gave a 4.
That's a very generous 4, and I know you know that too. But it's like I see where you're coming from. There's that hope in your heart. But it's like mad, isn't it? It's mad, man.
Yeah. All right, and those are our ratings. We'll do a quick forward thought to Norwich at home. James, give me some hope. Give me a prediction. Give me
James,
well, you're going to see Antonio at right back. You're going to see Diop up front. You're going to see Ariola in fucking midfield. Do you know what?
Ariola striker, Antonio right back.
Do you know what? Whatever happens on Saturday, we need to see a reaction. We've had such a shit week, right? It's a big game. Do I think we'll win? Declan Rice won't allow us to lose.
Yeah,
I think we can win.
Yeah.
If Antonio plays, then I'll be shocked.
Yeah,
I'll be shocked.
Yeah.
If Ashby plays, I hope he plays well. I'm going to say a 2-0 win. I think we might score early. Norwich will come forward, and then we'll just hit him on the break, 2-0, game over. But yeah, that's my prediction. And before I shoot off, I want to thank you for allowing me to come on tonight, mate. I've got to go because it's my birthday and I've got to go and get some kit.
It's your birthday today?
It's my birthday right now, mate, yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to James Fever. E20's on TV. Happy birthday to you. Big up yourself, rude boy.
Yeah, mate.
I'm from the bottom of my heart, dog. Straight, you know me, dog. You know me, man. Straight up, big yourself up, man.
I'm 21 again, but you know, we move.
21 going on 19, dog. How you mean?
21 times 3. Yeah, I mean, there you go.
Yo, kill it,
quick
man.
maths.
Kill it.
Listen, thanks for allowing me to come on, Lucas. Take care. Peach, all the best, mate.
Yeah.
Take care.
Yeah, all the best, man. Enjoy your day,
brother.
Take care, man.
Big up, Holly. Don't know. Oh, I didn't know it was his birthday, man. What? Yes, Lucas.
Well, yeah, it is only 9:30 for us, so I mean.
Yeah, I know. It's what? So yeah, it's 10:30. I'm trying to. Oh, so yeah, it's his birthday and like the new day.
Peach, give me a prediction for Norwich.
Norwich. See, it's pronounced the W silent. So like fuck Norwich. The W. Excuse my language. But yeah, forget the W. It's like when I was on.
We don't know nothing about them W's. We know nothing.
No, I know. We're stupid over here across the pond. I know, like we're just stupid people. But it's like, yo, I remember like I was on the train with my pops and we're going to Basingstoke to see the family, and we crossed one place and it was spelled WYCOMBE. So what would you call it? I was like, oh, Wycombe. She's like, no, that's not Wycombe, you dickhead. It's called Wickham. I'm like, oh, okay. Shit, I got that one wrong. So then I started learning like all the terminologies and shit. So I'm just trying to help you out, bro. Trust me, doc. So like now I know the Wickham, now I know the Norwich. And, you know what I mean? It's like you got people over here, they're like Tottenham. And I'm like, no, it's not said Tottenham. Like you just like Tottenham. You fast forward it like the Jetsons. You know what I mean? So It's like, brethren, trust me, I got you, Doc. I got you. But it's like, yo, the Norwich result, I think it could be difficult because Norwich got a result. I don't know if it was this week or last week. They got a good result. So they're not too shabby. Like they're not too whack, but they really are kind of whack at the same time. So I don't know. I think what James said is true. We need to switch it up. I'd love to see Vlasic get a bit of Vlasic classics and actually do something. Bowen, he had a good record with Hall playing up front, but I just don't know if he has the same space he had.
Yeah. We haven't been winning in the air, so I mean I would like to see Bowen up top maybe on Saturday and have Vlasic or Ben Rama start instead of Antonio, maybe Lanzini. I don't know, but I think
it's come down to a time, Lucas, where like Antonio needs to have a think. Like Moyes has to do something.
That's what I've been saying. I think I don't want him to be benched and think like it's because you've been shit.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a reality check. Like, I'm not playing as well as I am. We need a switch up.
You know he's walking in. Like he's walking in, Lucas. Like, and he's gonna see his name first top of the sheet. Like that's the first name on the team sheet when it should be like Rice and other people.
Yeah.
But it's like he's walking in, like strolling in, like Jamaican status, and just like, yo, like I'm first on the team sheet.
I'm here.
Log on, man, I'm here. Like, no, you're not. No, you're not here. Like. No, scratch your head, think about why you're not on the team sheet and sweat a little bit and do something because he's having an easy roll in and you need to shake it up, man. And we have players who do that. So, yeah.
So real quick before we wrap up, give me your lineup and prediction for Saturday. What do you want to see and what do you think the score will be?
Okay, I would say Areola, but after Fabianski made that save today from the penalty, it has to be Fabianski.
He's been having a masterclass season.
100, man. I would like to see Cresswell back on the left. I think Dawson and Diop have done a stellar job. On the right, I would like to see maybe give Ashby a shot, but well, he will get a shot because Sufal got the red card, didn't he? So he's going to be out.
And
So it's either Frederick.
Johnson still might be hurt. So I
Oh,
think Ashby's looking.
Like he's looking tidy to get in. If Johnson can get in 100, if not, then yeah, I'd give it to Ashby because Fredericks is still injured. I'd love Fredericks to have a go, but since he's still injured in the midfield, I'd like Rice and Suchek. 3 before that because we got 4-3, no 4-2. So the 3 before that, I'd like to see. What I like to see, I like Moise to mix it up a bit. Maybe bring in Fortson or Chester's. Maybe bring in what Bowen, of course, and then Lanzini, maybe, and then up front, maybe Vlasic, like or Sonny D, man. Perkins, give him a go. Like he's hungry, he's young. What more can go wrong? Like honestly, we could give him a go. I'd like to see something different. Is basically what I'm saying. You get what I mean?
Yeah. What would your score prediction be?
My score prediction would be because the way Fabianski's playing and Diop and Dawson, I can't see them getting a goal. So I'd say 3-4-0, either or.
I like that. See, that's the positivity I need to hear because I'm so down.
Oh, me too, dog. And if you don't have this positivity, like the alternative is just terrible. So you know what I mean. We need to.
My prediction.
Yep.
My predictions for Saturday. I'd like to see Fabianski in goal. I want to see Ashby, Dawson, Diop. Hopefully Cresswell. Cresswell's fit. If not, I mean, I guess get Masuaku back out there. I don't know. Rice, Suchek.
So you'd Masuaku before Longelo, yeah? Like you get because I thought Longelo really looked good the other day.
He did. I don't know if he's ready yet.
Yeah, I hear you.
He is like Masuaku, and he's younger, so you can only assume his defending is maybe a little worse than Masuaku. Yeah. But depending on your tolerance for it, I don't know. But Masuaku left back, obviously, Rice and Suchek. And then me personally, my top 4, I would like to see Bowen up top. Yep. I want to see Fornals on the left.
Yep.
Vlasic in the middle.
Yep.
And then Ramo on the right.
That's
or Fornals on the right. Fornals on the right.
Yeah.
Ramo on the left. Vlasic in the middle. There's just got to be a change. And I think I'm going to go 2-0. 2-0.
No, that sounds dead reasonable. And the only thing that's different, your like prediction to mine is like, can we still keep scoring or do we just like close up top? You know what I mean? Get Noble on and get the other players on just to like concentrate, keep the concentration and just like see out the 2-0 rather than keep going on and on and on and leaving ourselves open like holes of Swiss cheese in the back. Like, no, I hear exactly what you're saying.
All right. And before we go, wherever you're watching, if you're watching on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, if you haven't heard the news already, our young beautiful hammer, Isla Caden, is going through yet another battle. I put a link to donate to her cause in the description on Facebook and YouTube with a link to donate. And then on Twitter, I put the Twitter account that's been run for her, and you can find the link on there. If you have any spare change, extra dough to help make some great memories for this upcoming Christmas, please donate. I still have to donate. I'm going to donate. They're at 61,000 pounds right now. The target was 15,000. West Ham family's absolutely crushing it. But like I said, left the link to donate in the description on YouTube and Facebook. On Twitter, I left the Twitter handle of where you can go find the link. But like I said, if you got any spare change, spare dough to help a young hammer have a great Christmas and make some great memories, please do so.
And see, this is what American Hammers Network is doing. If y'all don't know now, you know, man. Like, we're looking after our own, dog. And Milesy from West Ham United, Lucas, he emailed me the link with Nicola or Nick, as she's called, like Isla's mom. And when she first found out the news on Facebook, when she went live and she was telling the people this, and she was in disarray,
Yeah.
and she kind of knew it was coming. But for you and your channel to do what you're doing, hats off to you, man. Honestly, like Isla deserves it. Her family deserves it. And she had 2 miscarriages before Isla, and I never knew that. And it's just like, why do the good people get struck by lightning like a million times? Like, it's not fair. It's not fair. So anything anybody can do, please, like, go through American Hammers and do this, man. Straight up.
It's incredibly sad and unfortunate, but all we can do in times like this is have a strong prayer and keep the hope, keep the faith, and hope that she has a great Christmas and has many more memories to come. I want to thank Chris for hopping on. I want to thank James for hopping on. I want to thank my brethren, Peach. Much love for hopping on.
Yes, sir.
I needed your positive energy tonight. I needed it. Absolutely needed it.
I got you, dog. Let me show you, man. Like I contacted, because I like you saw what I said. I had things to say tonight, and I contacted brother Lee, man. And I'll tell you, man, he was like, I'm not running it tonight, but I know who is. He sent me your info, and yo, let me show you, man. Lucas is a ledge, man. Like top bin things. Like, he got back to me. He's like, what? Look, your family, man. How you mean? It's West Ham through and through, claret and blue. Come on. And I was like, yo, nothing but love, man. And that's what we need in the situation the world's in right now. West Ham or no West Ham, that's what we need, dog. So it's just a plus that we got that as well as. So big up yourself too. Big up American Hammers Network. Nothing but gold, man. Straight up, man. Good people, man.
And like I told you, anytime you want to come on, I'm hosting, Lee's hosting. You already know. You got to invite. You're always welcome. And I want to thank the chat for staying active and being on with us. Thank you, Vernon. Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Epic Hash Time. Thank you, Roy. Thank you, Helen. Thank you, Dave from Facebook. Thank you to the 2 Arsenal fans that hopped in. You guys were class. Thank you for not shitting on us too hard.
I love that.
Who else we got? Thank you, Tom Athers, legend. Thank you for popping in. You're supposed to be on tonight, but I respect the vampire life. Respect
Athers is a legend, and he is on some vampire life too. You know, straight up.
Thank you, Wayne, for hopping in. I haven't talked to him in a while. I hope all is well. Thank you, Wally, for hopping on.
Wally World.
Thank you, Rob. All right, and I think that is it from the chat. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, Peach, again.
Lucas, one thing, dog. One thing, like you say, I'm always welcome on yours. We got 2 channels to sponsor them right now. Hammers Fans United and West Ham Random. You're more than welcome anytime. You just get a hold at any of us at westhamrandom@gmail.com. We got your back, man. Straight up, 100, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that, my brother.
And
folks, we will have hopefully in another episode of In Case You Forgot with me, Charlie Walsh, Costia, and Alan on Saturday after the Norwich game, and hopefully we've got some great things to discuss, some positive thoughts, and one more time, please, if you have any extra dough, extra cash, please donate to the link below for Isla. Let's make some memories. Let's make her have a great Christmas. And with that being said, come on, you Irons, big up them men.